Okay, welcome to our discussion of Daki Gemara. We're up to Siman Yud Aleph. This Siman is going to tell us Zerachim, that the manners, the style, that's a better word, the style that Tanaim use when they present their material, information. So he says the Derech Tana, the first rule is L'daber Techilas Hadin Kolel V'achar Kach HaPrati. He likes to first talk about the general principle, then tell you the details. Like we said, the Arba Abbas Nazikin, Shulba, Maba, and Heber. Then he tells you that the details are sure. It's not like the Maba and etc. And then later on in the parak, he tells you what's called a shore, what's called a regal, and what are the details of regal, and what are the details of shane, what are the details of bor, as the Mishnah goes on. But he likes to start off with a cloud. Okay, and he says, sometimes even if there's no chiddush in the cloud, but he likes to start off that way, which is a chiddush, because we said every time everything you say is a chiddush, so why have it? But he warns us that sometimes the katana will start off with a cloud, even though there's no real chiddush in it. Ki kein minhag hatalmud lechet meha kolel prati, to go from the general to the particular. Kamo, the parak Beis Menida, it says, Kol Hanoshim B'cheskis Tahorim Ba'aleim, and then it gives the prat. V'amayin min ha'derech, Noshim B'cheskis Tahorim Prat. He could have just told us the prat, not the cloud, but he likes to start off with the general rule. V'gam ken darkahu, Lomer Techila Din HaPeshutim, V'achar Kach HaKavah. He likes to talk about the simple din, keep it simple, and then he takes the simple dinim and starts putting them together. So we know that Adam, for instance, is Chayiv and Yosham. What happens if the Adam is walking behind another Adam? The first Adam trips, and the second Adam falls over him. It's Niskal Posheya, not Posheya, and all the combinations. So he likes to start with simple dinim and then get to more complex dinim. Why? Because the simple dinim, the basic rules are going to be the foundations of the complex rules. So he first likes to start with the basic rule, and then he gets into the complex ones. Kiderech mashol, devash, v'chametz, hem sibas ha-sachnagrim, that devash and chametz make up this compound. So we always like to tell you the compound, the elements, and then the compounds. Okay. Now he says, derech ha-kasav v'ha-mishnah, interesting, l'daber b'lashon ktsara. Both of them, Mashman, the first one, I would say that the Torah doesn't just say Klalam without reason, but the Tana will. Because here he's very specific. He says both the Pasuk and the Mishnah both use a very abbreviated way of speaking. Ulechein Yischabru nosim o inyanim asher mishpatim shavim lekulam o mishtamshin b'lashon echad. Sometimes the Torah, in order to speak and also the Mishnah, to speak in a brief way, will put a lot of subjects together and give it one mishpat and one law at the end. You could say it's a nasu. It doesn't matter normally when we deal with this case in law. So you take a lot of cases together, put one law at the end. Oshem mishtamish b'lashon echad. And sometimes you could put a lot of things together and use the same language. So I just said Z, the subject is A, B, C, D, and E. Okay, so take one subject and it'll say it has a lot of predicates. Now, he says, also the way is to put the language or the law in the beginning. So the normal way, that's why I wrote my thing, is to first put the subject first, and then to write all the various laws of the subjects. I'm going to give examples of that. Okay? Come on. Now here, I looked at the pasuk again, because all he said in the text was, Aflo el eretz devat chalav devash hevi sano. That's all he quoted. So I looked at the pasuk, And I think I discovered what he wanted to say, because in the pasuk it says, "V'yishlach Moshe l'kradas ba'aviram b'nei Eliyah v'yomru." They said what? Lo na'aleh. We refuse to come. Okay. And now they explain all the reasons why they're not coming. It's bad enough you didn't take us out of it's bad, it's terrible what they say. You took us out of the land, Savat Chalap and Devash, it's called Mitzrayim. It's bad enough you took us out of a beautiful land, Egypt. Can you imagine? They were slaves and everything, the same as the Moshe Rabbeinu. Anyway, it's another problem. It's bad enough you brought us to the land, you took us out of the land of Chalab and Devash and brought us into the Midbar. Now you want to rule over us, Ki Tishtarer, Aleinu and Tishtarer. You want to now rule over us. Aflo, and you didn't even bring us to the land of the real Chalab and Devash, Eretz Israel, Titat Lon and Machla, and give us an inheritance. And even if our eyes are poked out, we're not going to go up. So here's what I understood was they're really talking about why they're not going to go up. And they give all these examples, all these pratim. Okay, so they first say lo na'aleh, they spell out all the reasons why. Okay, and then at the end they give a summation too. Even if our eyes are poked out, we're not going to go up. So that's what he wants to say. That we start with a general statement that we're not going to come up. We give all the pratim. Okay, that's what he says. That's what he says. Okay, here's the Mishnah, which is much easier to understand. The Mishnah says, "B'ma madlikin, b'ain madlikin, ein madlikin lo b'pachash b'chosim," all the rest of the things. Here I wrote the Mishnah. Okay, so it gives a general rule of b'ma madlikin, b'ain madlikin, and here then it says ein madlikin. First it says the rule we don't like, then it gives all the details afterwards. Okay. Okay. In Kesubas, again, he gives another example. Ve'elu she'ein lehem knas. And here's the example in light gray. These are the people that don't have a knas, and that's a general rule. And then it gives all the details about gurus, etc., 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 etc. Okay, so that's what they like. We like to start off with a general rule and then talk about all the pratim. And he says that's the Chumash and the Mishnah. Lifamim, sometimes they do the hefek, which is to yaskir lokol hanosim techilu v'sof kulam yiten hamishpat. Sometimes they do the opposite. They bring all the pratim, and in the end they do a summarization. Vehine also on mishpat chozer al kulam. This second summarization goes back on all of them, and he calls this phrase "Valzeh omer Moshe chatzmo v'achar imo." That's called he draws one and all the other ones after. In other words, it says A, B, C, D, E, F, 3, one drawing the other one, and then he does a summation. V'hemshech hazeh al harov hu metchila hadiba l'sofo. Normally, it's A, B, C, D, and E. When you look at the subjects, you think normally you should start from the head, the chest, the stomach, the legs, the feet. Okay. Sometimes you will find the opposite order. Sometimes it'll give a list A, B, C, D, and then instead of explaining A, B, C, D in that order, it'll start from the D, C, B, A order. Okay, there's a general rules. The general rules we would expect it to go to give an order A, B, C, D, and then go through it. Shore, Bo, Mav, and Hevel, we would expect that then it would explain the shore, first the shore, then the Bor, the Mav, and the Hevel. Sometimes it doesn't do it in that order. It does backwards from the last one. He says, Ulifamim kasher yisarecha dibor, o yirbu hanosim, yagzir loma hamishpat asher sham b'rishona b'tchil divarav, k'dei shelo yiter korah. He says sometimes when we have a very, very long list, so the original statement that was said, the klal will be repeated at the end. Now, of course, we wouldn't want to see that because we're saying that there's no reason then to repeat the original statement at the beginning because we said it. But he says that this will make sure that the person who's reading won't get lost. So there's sometimes you have an introductory statement in all the pratim, and afterwards a repeat of the introductory statement in order that you don't make mistakes. Kedis Mesechet Nida, this is another alternative text. Ha'isha shehi osei tzarkeha in that Mishnah there. Here's the statement, Kol ha'ta'ora she'osa b'tocha v'eset tuma. All the tahara that she touched, I suppose, during her veset time are tame. Why? And besofa veset kol tahara is naseh b'tocha veset tahara. And Rabbi Yossi Omer, and where's the repetition? Oh, now after we gave this introduction, right? And when we said "Kol Torah is Naseh B'tocha Veset," then the Mishnah says "Kesed Haisam Leos Roa," Leos Roa, and then it goes into all the details. So that's the normal way. You first just gave the general principle. Let's see. That's not the normal way because it's the second one. First it says Haisam Leos Roa B'tchila. Excuse me. Haisam Leos Roa B'tchila Salveset. I think that's Techilas Aveset. Okay, so that's normally we would expect, that's an alternative text. Normally we would expect that when a list is given A, B, C, and D, then the Mishnah will explain A first and B first and C and D, but sometimes it does happen the opposite way. So here he says, are you with me, Ari? Avi, did we lose contact?
No, I'm here. I just had it on mute.
Oh, okay, good.
But,
okay, no problem.
But I am getting sleepy, so I guess we should finish up after this.
Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm just going to stop here. I'm going to stop here. Okay. I'm sorry we lost time in the beginning. I'll try to solve that next week.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, he says Kiyotzi b'zeh Amru Masechet Kedushin Gave Hamocha Atzmo Le Hamocha Atzmo.
Hamocha Atzmo L'Gai. Yeah, he's also a guy.
Yeah. What does it say over there?
I don't remember that going
on. Well, it says over there. They're arguing in this pasuk. O do do, o ben do do, yigalena. O hasidi ado yigel. And Rabbi Yosef Haglili Soba Mikra, then here's what he wants to say. There, Rabbi Yosef Haglili Soba Mikra Dorish Lefanav, and Rabbi Akiva Soba Mikra Dorish Lacharav. The Omru, other people say, Lakaman Mikra Dorish Ben Lefanav Ben Lacharav. Okay, V'akol Shechuro. And Rashi, here's what he wants. Mikra and Dorish Lilmod al Shalifana. Sometimes the second pasuk will come to teach about the pasuk in front of it, Paloma. Elakasa Lamala Himeno. Sometimes it comes to teach us, this pasuk is coming to teach about something that preceded it. La'achrav hakas ula'achrav hakas lamata Himeno. Sometimes the pasuk is coming to teach something that comes after it. Okay, so in other words, all he's trying to say here is that when it comes to order, you cannot expect that if something is listed A, B, C, D, that the explanation is also going to be A, B, C, D. Sometimes the order is A, B, C, D in the right order, in the straight order, and then that's how the explanation is. Sometimes it's backwards. That's what he brings. Sometimes one pasuk comes to explain precedent pasuk, and sometimes it comes to explain antecedent. So when it comes to Seder, we have both those possibilities. But it shouldn't mix it up, that's for sure. It shouldn't say A, B, C, D. And that's what our problem in the Zikin, right? It says Shul Bo Mab and Heber, and it says Lo Ha'ashur Kahari Amaba. So normally we'd expect it goes in order, Lo Ha'ashur Kahari Abor, right? So everyone says, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense to skip, and they're all involved in why it's skipped. Okay. But these are, again, some basic rules that add clarity to our understanding of why people have kashas, what is a good kasha, and how to learn Baruch Hashem more consciously. Okay, so we'll stop here, and have a great week.
Okay, you too.
And,
have a...
Get ready for Shavuos.
Right.
Baruch Hashem. Okay.
Okay, take care. Have a
So,
good Yom Tov.
good luck. Good Yom Tov.